I'm actually looking for a job that pays me in accordance with my skill sets and my capabilities. As soon as you tell them that you're only moving because of the money, then they're going to assume you're going to do the same the next time you have a better offer. I'm quite self-driven and I can push myself ahead, but at the same time, I believe I can learn a lot from the other people in the team. I like to concentrate and focus for long periods of time, and then I take short breaks after that. I'd like to learn as much as I can, get as much experience as possible, and then possibly lead a team so that I can transfer my learning and experience to that team. I think I work well under pressure, but I think when the stress goes overboard, I believe I can talk to a senior and get their understanding on how to deal with it. I left the company because I feel like my growth was being hindered by the internal politics. I'm thinking of leaving the company because I feel like my growth is now stagnant because of the internal politics. You should have a role model within your own industry. So find someone, research what they've done, understand their work so that you have a role model in the same industry preferably. I've actually known about your company for a while and I've heard really good things, and I came across an ad, so I thought I should definitely apply. I believe this is what I expect for what I can bring to the table, and I feel like if I get this much, then I won't have to worry about the finances, so I can concentrate more on my work and not be brought down by my financial struggles. I'm actually quite a quick learner, and I generally outwork everybody else, and that has helped me learn quite a lot in a very short amount of time. You need to answer every question, even if the answer is on your resume. Take a few seconds before you answer. Don't say things like, yes, I can definitely answer that question. I'm not really sure about that, but I will definitely look it up immediately after this interview. Stress on immediately. It shows that you are eager to learn the things you don't know, and it decreases the nervousness of not knowing something. Just don't say that. Even if that is the reason, don't say it. It creates a victim mentality which is not good for you. If you're a creative person, you need to have an understanding of the business as well and the strategic side of things. If you are a business person or a strategic person, you should have a creative side as well. So don't show that you're fixed on one side. I believe in building strong relationships because it helps me collaborate better with people, and also there's a lot you can learn from everybody. I actually love what I do, so I give it my 110% no matter what. I'm actually not caught up on that news yet, but I'm going to look it up immediately after this interview. I'd be more than excited to actually learn more in that department and grow my skill sets further. Don't say that unless you're a chef or you're really good at cooking or you're actually into different foods, different cultures, and the way it actually evolved. Don't say that unless you've created films, you've watched films beyond your obvious pop culture films and have gone in depth in understanding movie making. Don't say that unless you play an instrument or you have a deep understanding of different kinds of music, history of certain music, and have actually studied it little more apart from just listening to it on your iPod. That is not enough. I believe that I have the ability to lead people by example and by empathy, by understanding what works for different people. I believe that I have the ability to communicate my ideas well. I like to keep the customer at the center of all my ideas, so all my ideas are inspired by my understanding of the customer. I look at problems as challenges and opportunities, and I believe in finding solutions rather than cribbing about the problem. I feel like I'm qualified for this job because my past experiences and learnings can help me bring a lot of value to this role. I think I'm qualified for this role because I'm a quick learner and I will outwork everybody else to be able to bring value to what I do. I feel like I'm qualified for this job because I actually enjoy what I do. So my interest in the subject will be able to make me bring value to this role for sure. Try using negatives as less as possible, like don'ts, won'ts, wouldn'ts, can't, cannot. Try and reduce the number of times you use these words. So talk about your role instead of that. So you can say something on the lines of, I actually believe that this role will be the next step in my career, which I've been looking for a while now, and I'll be able to take my abilities and capabilities to the next level. Just given the scope of this role, I think I'll be able to learn quite a bit. So don't say that. Instead, research the company, research all the articles written about the company, look at what their future plans are, look at the different things that they're doing to plan for the future. Always talk about what the future ideas of the company are instead of talking about the past and the legacy of the company as a reason to want to join. So you can actually say something on the lines of, I really believe in the company's values, I've read it online, and I'd like to be a part of that journey with this company. I'm driven, I have a really good work ethic, I can articulate my ideas well, I'm solution focused, and I like to actually think about the consumer first. These are some of the traits that you can talk about. Don't make it look like you believe you are better than everybody else, but still have the confidence. So here's what you can actually say. I'm sure all the other candidates come with a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge that they can bring value to the company with, but I believe that I can outwork most people, and I'm extremely curious and I go above and beyond what my role actually wants me to do. And that's how I can bring a lot of value to this role. So I would be very, very grateful if you can consider me. Before an interview, just try and look at this video. It'll give you some tips and tricks for your final interview, and go out there, give a good interview, get your dream job, and keep hustling. Bye-bye.